Hey everyone, it's Andy from Electricpetrolhead. Now, why am I a petrolhead? I love cars. I love the sound, love the feel. So why on earth am I driving electric cars now? I just prefer them. It's as simple as that. I think it's something that once you've owned an electric car, you really appreciate them. And you then go back to driving a petrol or diesel car and you go, this feels like it's falling apart. Yeah, the sound's good, and yeah, it's quite fun doing heel and toe, but there's so much more to driving, especially daily drivers. There's so much more to driving than sound and what you do with your feet. And the thing about electric cars is you've got the torque there, so your mind is, and you don't have to change gears. So your mind is freed up from having to do these other things. So it just immerses itself in the feeling of the torque, the acceleration. Personally, I think they still handle very well because the weight's way down in the car, um, and they're just really good fun to drive. And you've got to take one out for more than just a quick 10-minute sort of test drive. Um, you've got to, it sounds tough, but you've got to live with them to kind of appreciate them. That's why things like the EVC are really good in Milton Keynes, because you can take a car for a week and really get to know it and realize why they're good fun. So yeah, when we bought the Model S, we were looking at Audi RS6s, M5s, Merc E and C 63 AMGs, and all those type of cars. And then we test drove the Tesla and just had a laugh. We just loved it, and it was just a car that had the performance. And then we're like, okay, it's going to be cheaper to run, which is obviously a benefit. Oh, charging at home. That is something I didn't appreciate until I owned a car. Once you realise you charge overnight and you wake up with 200 miles in the tank, oh, it's like a light bulb moment. You really start to go, why the I want to go and fill up at a petrol station, because it's not just normally a quick fill. If you commute and you have to queue up at 8 a.m. in the depths of winter when it's freezing cold, and then put 80 quid of money that you're literally just going to burn, it's like it blows your mind that the electric cars are just so much better. And yeah, I still feel that if I suddenly came into 50 grand, I'd probably buy an Aston Martin V8, or some what I get GT3, maybe in 996, maybe. Need to double check Auto Trade on that one. But I probably would buy a petrol car. I still really like them for a Sunday morning drive, and there's not a huge amount of EVs that are very raw and you really feel everything. Tesla Roadster Mark One is probably the only one I can really think of. So on that basis, yeah, I probably would still buy a petrol car, but that is going to be for such a tiny mileage. Because another benefit that you soon start realizing is that you're just not putting crap into the atmosphere every time you go for a drive. It's as fundamental as that. I think CO2 is a bit of a. It doesn't scare people enough. You want to try breathing in all the particulates and crap that comes out of a diesel or petrol car. We've always reversed onto our driveway, and we've got a porchway. So when you reverse in, like some of the older cars we had, you fill that area full of fumes, and then you're walking through the front door. And it's things like that you can't go back. Yes, if I, you know, um, needed the money, and sadly, economics do come into a lot of things and why people can't go to EVs. And I sympathise with everyone, because I fully appreciate how if you can't afford something, you can't buy it. Simple as that. And if I was in a situation where I had to sell, the EVs, yeah, I would have to buy a petrol or diesel car to get around. So, but let's put money aside, because I don't think that should come into equation, because it's such a personal thing. For me, as a petrol head who just loves cars, electric cars, especially for daily drivers, especially for family duties, because they are a lot safer, and obviously you're not breathing all the crap. They're just better. The charging infrastructure, I think, is there now, whether or not you have a Tesla. If you have a Tesla, you've got the supercharger network, which is superb and can get you all over Europe without even worrying. Just if you ever in a Tesla, just chuck in Barcelona into sat nav and wait a couple of minutes for it to do its calculations and it routes you. That is superb. Like, why would you not want that? It's okay. So another argument that people say is you have to stop and charge. Holy crap, that makes it so much better for a road trip. Who wants to be driving for 8 hours non-stop? That is ridiculous, and I don't think anyone that's sane will want to do that. And then split up the drive into, 2 4-hour legs or a couple of 3-hour legs and then another couple of hours, and have enough time to half an hour. So you're going to need that to have your lunch and dinner as well if you're doing a full day of driving. But stop off, there's some superchargers, gorgeous areas. We went to the Somme, just on the northern coast of France, and there's a big tower in the back behind the service station. And you looked out over the Somme, and Kate and I were just sort of, thinking of, all the people who sadly passed away in the wars and what they have done for us, and got basically a history trip out of filling the car with fuel. And I think it just slows you down in a good way. You can still make really good progress, and the cars are wonderful to drive on road trips. Just cruise and enjoy. And there's a lot of reasons. I think is a good summary here. There's a lot of reasons why I drive electric cars as a lifelong petrolhead who just adores all sorts of cars and driving. And I would really love it if more people just gave them a try. Don't be scared of Tesla. People hate Tesla, and I'm like, why? What have they done to you? It's ridiculous to worry about that on that respect. Go and test drive some. Try some of the others. The I-Pace is a stonking car, really good car to drive. e-tron's lovely place to be. So if you're not obsessed with range and performance and you just want a really nice car to be in, e-tron's brilliant. And then some of the smaller cars like the i3 we have is superb. I know a lot of petrolheads who have one of those as like a little city car, and they love it. They save a fortune. Personally, I go and drive McLarens on track days using the savings from running electric cars. Video on my channel about that. So yeah, I'm just a car guy, and I just love my electric cars now. And I'm so excited about the next generation, plaid mode.
What the hell was that? Spaceball 1. They've gone to plaid.
Even the Model S, even Model X, I think that could be awesome. And then the Roadster, and then what are VW going to do? The IDR is insane. It's quicker than an F1 car. So what are they going to do? They're going to put that that sort of technology into some kind of track day car. Is the next Bugatti going to be an EV? Bentley and Rolls Royce. Why are you not fully EV already? Your clientele wants a nice cruise in car. So yeah, stop changing gears and just embrace electricity. So yeah, mini rant here, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't come across too ranty. I'm just sharing my passion for electric cars, and sometimes just recording a video one evening is a good way to get that passion across, hopefully. So if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. I'm doing all sorts of different content based around electric cars and a little bit of petrol cars as well, just if it takes my fancy. And yeah, smash that like button. That would be really cool. Love seeing the likes coming in. And drop me an email if I can help you at all. Love to get more people into electric cars, more chargers for me to use because the infrastructure will grow in line with all the cars, and best of all, we get to breathe some cleaner air without all the particulates and crap that comes with diesel and petrol cars. So that's a good enough reason, I think. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.